Hello friends! Today's lesson is going to be about the plant kingdom. We haven't discussed the plant kingdom yet this year, so I'm excited to get started. What I have here are the 6 kingdoms of life. What that means is there's 6 different very big groups that we organize life. We already are working on animals. The animal kingdom has birds, reptiles, all the species that you learned about this year. We're also now going to be talking about the plant kingdom. The plant kingdom is different than the animal kingdom, and it has different characteristics in order to survive. Plants are always doing something, even if it doesn't seem like it. Today we're going to take a look at pictures that I took around my neighborhood to talk about how plants work to survive every day. The first picture I'm going to be talking about is this picture of a tree. I'm going to be covering the needs of a plant, because if it doesn't have these basic needs, it just can't survive. Plants need certain things in order to grow. These include soil, water, air, and sunlight. If a plant does not get one or more of these things, it will not be able to grow. Plants make their own food for energy. This separates them from animals, who must take food in from outside sources. In order to make their own food, plants must take in sunlight and carbon dioxide from the air through their leaves, and water and minerals from the soil through their roots. Here's another picture of a tree. I immediately stopped walking when I saw this tree. Look at those crazy roots on the ground. Roots will grow around, under, or over any obstacle in order to find water and minerals. Roots are continually adding new layers of cells, which increases both their length and their width. This process happens slowly, but over time, roots have been known to lift sidewalks, damage the foundation of buildings, and crack open boulders and large rocks. Isn't that crazy? Roots are also responsible for holding the plant in the ground. This means that large trees with their huge roots reaching down in the ground can withstand floods, winds, and even tornadoes. Speaking of crazy, look at this picture of a garlic mustard plant growing from a crack in the sidewalk. As I mentioned before, plants will overcome huge obstacles in order to survive. I wonder how this garlic mustard plant ended up in the crack of the sidewalk. Was there plenty of water, sun, and maybe soil underneath? We won't ever know. What I do know is this plant had to push through a very small crack in order to grow towards the sun. Plants are always looking for the sun. Sometimes they have to bend their way towards it in order to get enough light to make food. The sun enables plants to grow, which are in turn eaten by animals and humans. If a plant is placed in a box with a hole in the top or side, the plant will begin to grow towards the hole to get as much light as possible. The act of plants leaning towards the sun to grow is called tropism. Here's my jade plant in my house displaying tropism. Do any of your houseplants do this? The last picture I have here is an example of defense. Plants need to defend themselves against animals, dryness, and cold. Some plants have spines or thorns that keep animals away, like this picture of a rose plant. Other plants, like cactuses, not only have spines for defense, but their stems store water, so they can get through dry periods of little rain. So we've come to the end of our lesson today on plants. I'm excited to tell you ideas of how to record this work. First, second, and third levels are all doing the same work. You may choose one of the ways I recommend recording or make one up yourself. Remember to get creative. A few of my own recording ideas include: get outside and see what scenes you can pick out in your own neighborhood. Bring your composition notebook and record as you go. Another one is pick your favorite scene from our lesson and draw it in your composition notebook. Label anything that you find important for the plant's survival. A third way you can record is to look out your window and record a scene. See if you can find any examples of plant survival from today's lesson. The last example I have is to draw a houseplant that is showing tropism. Then write the definition of tropism in your notebook. All of these recording options and the examples will be under the Botany folder in the Google Drive. Have fun, and I can't wait to see your plant scenes. Bye!